Alright, I think we'll go live now. Alright, so we're going to go through this set of hands, which Josh has played against Polk the other day. He streamed it, but I think his stream was cutting in and out, but he recorded the hands on most of them, which is nice. So this is the graph results. Everyone's got the heads up sims available as well, you can have a look at them. The heads up preflop sims. So I think we can just, because it's only a few hundred hands, we'll just go through all the hands, shall we not? All the hands. Two sets of hands. Summary, overview maybe. No. Okay. Graph, hands position, control. Play all hands and report. Where did this start? At the top. Is it in the right order? Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll just go through this.
Hello Thomas, reset the period time. You have the last one.
What am I resetting?
The date.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yes.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense now. Thank you. Alright, open two big blinds, 8-5 offsuit. What do you guys think about this one? That is loud, isn't it? Five offsuit, pretty standard for heads up. 100 blinds deep. Anyone disagree? I'm just going through you just go through the preflop sims. Check, bet, two big blinds. What am I thinking? I mean, you got to be betting most bets in this kind of board, aren't we?
Yeah.
So like the line with this sort of hand, you're going to be kind of betting the flop and then probably checking down most turns and rivers. You could also decide to check back the flop. What was your thought process going through it?
Well, it's a pair with a backdoor and an over to the two bottom cards, so yeah, and like on this board, all of your second and third pairs are going to be like really vulnerable, so you're going to have to bet a decent amount of them. But I guess with the backdoor, probably a better bet than like 5-2 or whatever. So.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, having a backdoor with the 8 is nice. Having a club would be even nicer. Alright.
I'm rolling all of these that I don't suspect are pure bets. So.
Extend. 3-bet to 10. So pretty standard. Way to call. Pot it. Why did you decide to pot this board?
Well, we can't like range bet this board or bet like at a really high frequency like we could in 6 max, where like if you 3-bet the small blind and you have like an imposition caller, a board like this is extremely good for the aggressor, but heads up, he's gonna have like a bunch of offsuit Broadway type hands, so like there's no point in just betting small at a really high frequency, because like on a board like this, you're gonna have like an advantage at the top of the range, like ace king, king queen, whereas he's gonna have a lot of like queen jack, jack 10. He'll have two pair that we won't have as often. But yeah, I mean, I think like at the top of the range, we're gonna have the advantage. So like we'll have the kings and tens, and he won't have those.
Would you make the same bet, the kings or tens?
With tens, I would. With kings, I would mix it into the small size. Like I'm splitting my sizes here.
All right, so you're splitting sizes. So you got pot sizes as one of them, and the other size what? Or other sizes,
quarter pot.
What would they be? Quarter pot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that seems reasonable. I'm not particularly sure if 10 should be in the big size either.
Yeah, I
King
mean,
10 probably okay for that.
Yeah.
Which of your king X are you gonna check?
Sorry, what's that?
Which king X are you gonna check?
I would. Well, I want to say I'd check ace king at some frequency, but that doesn't seem great either. I mean, I'd check kings and at some frequency probably.
Why is that?
Well, maybe I just put it into the small size and just pure bet it. That's
okay.
probably what I do. Yeah.
I mean,
so
the question is like, do you even need to check on your king X?
I mean, probably. I mean, maybe if I have
checking
king
king
3, I could. If I had like king 3, I could check that occasionally, but I don't recall if I have that at all.
Yeah, you might have some king 3. So we get a call. We can see this turn. So what do you think about this turn card?
How is blink is it good? So double flush draw turn. He shouldn't be floating like many backdoor spade type hands that don't have like a gut shot. So like queen 9 of spades could get here. But that's really it. He could, like it's gonna be mostly middling pairs, 10x, and like obviously those offsuit Broadway type hands. He can have two pair here. He shouldn't be raising any impositions, so especially versus the pot size. So yeah, I mean, aside from king 10, no real two pair. He can have threes. He'd fold twos on the flop. So yeah, about as blank as it gets. It just adds, that double flush draw. So
I mean, the double flush draw boards are like so. I mean, usually people want to be checking these at a reasonably high frequency out of position. Just because, like, with the presence of the two flush draws, like the ability to draw is just super high. And here, after we've made the 3-bet and then we potted the flop, like out of position player is going to have a lot of draws, and so and those draws are going to have a substantial amount of equity. So because of that high equity and the prevalence of the draws in the range, prevalence of strong high equity draws in the range, the in-position player is going to have to bet a lot, or at least is kind of incentivized to bet a lot for you. So see what you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever at some stage consider going for a check jam here?
I did. The thing was, without having either suit, a bet seemed more attractive.
You think it would be more attractive to have a heart to do the check jam if you had a heart or a spade? Yeah, okay, I guess that's fair. I mean, in position, probably not going to be betting too many of their flush draws because of the threat that you might check jam them.
Right.
Check jam over the top of them.
Yeah. The thought was like, yeah, well, pretty much what you said, which was he's gonna check back quite a few flush draws at the stacked up. So
yeah, I mean, those flush draws are going to check back out, aren't they? It's okay. I like that size. Leaving 46 blinds behind, and then the pot's going to be a little over 100, 120 or something, leading the third pot bet. On the river's a brick, rip it in, he folds. Yeah, I mean, good sizing throughout, going big and then going for like a smaller size. Alright, let me ask you this. Did you ever consider a size that was bigger than this?
yeah, I mean, I considered it like a quarter pot river shove, but yeah, I mean, especially on this turn, you can consider a bit bigger, but we were two tabling, and so you know, I had all the bet size amounts in dollars, you know, for the stream, so it was a little difficult. But
did we just jump?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Press the wrong button. This is the next hand. Okay. Alright, fold that. Sure. Do this one.
Do I have a question?
I understand. Yep, sure, go for it.
I play that hand versus aggressive players with check jam, but versus more passive players, I prefer to bet pot on that turn because they don't fold the draw. I pot flop and pot turn because they will not fold. But versus aggressive players, I check jam here. It's a good play, or
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. Check jamming against an aggressive player is the right way to do it. Against a passive player, I don't know. Is there really reason for you to be?
I prefer a big.
I don't know.
Yes.
Is pot size the best? You end up with like 10 big blinds left.
I bet 50 big blinds. I don't know. 15. 50.
I'm not sure what you mean.
75%.
Okay, so you're going to 75% and leave 30 big blinds behind into a pot of 140. Yeah, okay, you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that seems nice. You bet like 45 here and then you leave 37 behind, and the pot's like 140, and then you just rip it in. Maybe it's a jump to the other table. Well, all right. Maybe you do have both tables here. All right, check it. What do you think about this flop? This is a nice flop to overbet, isn't it? Do you want to overbet this hand? I mean, you definitely want to overbet ace-2, ace-5.
yeah, this doesn't really make sense.
Not this hand?
As an overbet, I don't think so. I mean,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, ace-2, ace-5 is probably better to do it with. Gut shot. Yeah, I mean, basically a bunch of gut shots, isn't it?
Yeah.
The 6 and super necessary. Backdoor. Yeah, couple backdoors on both sides. Check. Bet. Call. I think that's fairly straightforward. You got the ace high and a draw to the 6 high straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get some value heads up. This is I think all the aces should be betting here. Yeah, it's pretty bad ball for him.
If we get raised with the ace-6, is this a hand we consider going for a free bet on the river?
Yeah. Are you talking about this hand, the ace-6?
Yeah, with the ace-6, if we get raised.
Yeah. Yeah, I would likely go for the 3-bet for sure.
Yeah, interesting point, yeah. X5, yeah, okay, let it go. 2.5, nice. See this end, do we? Alright. Good for a quarter pot bet. Why you want to quarter pot this board?
Three-card board. And we have a pretty vulnerable pair. We have over to the 2 bottom cards, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Well, no, we don't have backdoor straight draw, but a lot of backdoor potential. As far as the quarter pot, I mean, you could argue for a more polar strategy. Seems viable, but
Okay, well,
yeah,
you can argue for a more polar strategy. Why do you argue for a less polar strategy? Why not one big blind?
you could also do that. I
You could
I'm not too. I think they're both perfectly viable. If you decide to go with like a quarter pot bet and then have some checkbacks, which is what I was doing on these types of boards. You know, with a 2.5 open, it's not going to be like a range bet.
Yep, sure. You raise, you call. Right, so that's nice. Check. Check it back. Check it back. Yeah, I mean that's fair. Just you goes for check raise and gives up. Sure.
Yeah, if you know, maybe I opened. If I min opened, I could go for like a 1 big blind bet.
Yep. Three bet, that's good. Call, see what half pot. Okay, why half pot here?
Well, again, he's gonna have all this offsuit broadways, so he's gonna have something gut top, and he'll have, you know, all the ace-10. So like, okay, what am I trying to say? We'll have tons of like our stronger ace-x. Well, my point is a small size doesn't make sense, just because of how many gut tops he has an advantage in 2 pair. We'll have some ace-2, not much. We'll have all the ace-10 as well. I believe I think we 3-bet all the ace-10 off. So yeah, I mean we have a definitely a big advantage, but he'll have all those gut tops that, like the offsuit gut tops that we won't have.
All right, why this hand? Are you doing it with the other suits of 5-6?
Well, it has the backdoor is really the main thing, and the double backdoor. So, yeah, it makes it a decent bet. It's more that I'd roll this and bet it at a higher frequency. This one I might just pure bet, but yeah, the other ones I'd probably roll at some low frequency.
Yeah, okay. I'm not entirely convinced that this hand is a great bet here. At least not at a very high frequency. Maybe not even for this size. Probably
I'm not sure about the hand.
the size isn't amazing, I think, because at this size, like the kinds of hands that you want him to fold are like those pairs below the 10.
Yeah.
So it might not work too well for this size, particularly just for that reason. Maybe if you went a bit bigger, then you increase the width of his folding range a little bit. So your blocker effect isn't quite as impactful.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I didn't really like a bigger size because he has all the ace 10, and then like he has all those gut shots that aren't gonna fold. So, or at least to one bet. So.
Okay, well, we've got the issue is that this what equity is this hand having against any hands that call, and it really comes from the back door hearts or the back door straight.
Yeah, well, the worst part about the hand is that it blocks 5s and 6s that would fold to a.
Yeah,
like
so
a
that's
sizable-
what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you're blocking a bunch of hands that would fold to this kind of bet, and then not
Yeah.
blocking anything else.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm not
Yeah.
convinced that this particular hand works with this bet size.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, the back door in, decide to check it. That's good of you, because I mean you're talking about a bunch of his straight draws coming in, and then
He can have,
once again two flush draws. Why do you decide to check now?
That's a good question. I think I should be betting here a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why I checked this, especially yeah, when you have the hearts. I think it just makes it that much better. But that.
Yeah, I mean, in the one that you took, the one that he took, it feels like he's got. Feels like he's got 10, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if he didn't have a 10, then he's made his king. So, and kind of like what size? I mean, what hands does this block that might fold? I mean, you already folded out a bunch of stuff, so it doesn't really block anything that folds. So yeah, I mean, once you get here, you don't really like your blockers now counterintuitively become a lot better, right? Because you already blocked the stuff that fold up on the flop. And once you get to the river, you don't really block anything that folds, so the bluff becomes pretty nice.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a bet.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Remember the jacks. Okay. No two. No one being dealt anything good. Can I get like left and right? No, I can go left and right.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm holding that.
Yeah, maybe you timed out.
But
Queen Jack, open 2.5. Let's go. Alright, so this one. A couple of Queen 7. That's about a third. Fairly standard call, I think. Check, check. Check, bet, raise. Yeah, I mean, that is. Did you consider betting here? Why?
yeah, well, I mean, I could have blocked or
Yeah,
check raise.
that's kind of what I'm thinking here on the river.
Yeah.
Like sometimes your queen high is going to float, especially that against a bet that small.
Yeah.
You're going to be floating some queen highs, which has now made it. So a fair amount of them will block. Of course, all your sevens are going to check, and most of your sevens are going to check back as well. So having the 7 is nice. It blocks the check back range, but at least
I remember.
If you block at this stage, you can get caught by 10 maybe, but ace high, that kind of stuff, definitely 2.
Yeah. Well, I remember being on the river in this hand, and I was thinking, like if I block and get raised small, like am I confident enough in my hand that I could 3-bet? But I think I just end up making more money check raising and getting called by a whole bunch of hands, work hands. So
then betting small and then 3-betting.
Yeah. Because I lose to like white if you king x 2 pair.
Like if you just go like here he bets 5. Like if you just go like 1 or 2 blinds and then he raises it to like 7 and then you 3-bet to the same size. I mean that's the kind of range you're going to get. You're going to get against. It's going to be roughly the same. And then at least you get some calls by a tenor or a 2. If he has any of them, which you should have plenty of 2s and you should have some 10s. Yeah, I mean two pair is really nice. It's a really nice hand and heads up. Okay.
Yep.
Maybe we're just splitting hairs. Maybe you could have decided to go for the block 3-bet.
Yeah, I think
because against this kind of hand, you're going to get the same amount of value in either 2 lines. Just thinking about the other kinds of hands in his range.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet 1 big blind. That's nice. Let's it go. Alright, lucky you. You get 3-bet, you let it go, okay. Give it a call here. Top pair. Checks through. Why do you bet this size?
So in this size, I'll have, I'll be betting like 10x and like some stronger 9x. So, I think I might just like I would have like a half pot size, and then I would have like an overbet probe size, but with the spade, I think you want to lean towards the smaller size. So yeah, I mean the overbet probe size, you're definitely going to want to use your stronger ace-x, which I mean heads up, you're not going to have a ton of like strong ace-x, but this seems like a decent one to work into the small size.
What stronger ace-x do you have? Like you've got what's the strongest one you got? Ace-8. I think ace-8 three bets a fair amount. And there's just ace-8 and there's 9-8, 10-9 anyway. So like all those are the same strength, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it's like the strength of my hand that really matters. I mean, I guess I'm not really sure exactly how I want to mix.
Well, I mean, all of your ace-x that isn't a boat is the same strength. Because you would have 3-bet ace-10 plus before the flop.
Yep.
So
I mean, you might.
Like if you got ace-10 and ace-9, you're probably doing something else because of those blockers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could just overbet this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, now that I think about it, a small bet with this hand might be the worst option because he's gonna. I mean, he could check back. Like, he's not gonna bet as. We're not gonna face a bet as often when we have the four of spades. So, yeah, maybe this one makes it into the overbet size. But like, you definitely want to mix in some packs. With ace x, maybe ace nine or something at some frequency, but
Overbet ace nine.
no. Well, I meant check at some frequency.
And check this out at some frequency. Yeah. I mean, you don't have nines pre-flop, you don't have tens pre-flop. You've got a bit ace. You don't have a tiny bit of ace nine pre-flop. Don't have any ace ten. So, like, knowing all of that, like, he should have bet this flop a lot when he's got like a strong ace or something. So, and even a marginal ace. So, like, here the ace comes and like, what is he saying that he has? Not a lot of ace x left in his range that would have checked back, because it doesn't make sense for him to have done that, because all of your ace x has got very weak kicker. Yeah, okay. Three bet, go with a four bet. Alright, I mean, it's good size. How deep was that? Yeah. Pretty standard, it's one three bet. Yep. 10-4, check, bet. Here bets small.
Yep. Could go for a check call or a check raise, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, out of all your 4x, the ace is really nice because of the redraw just to 2-pair that's stronger than king 10, and also the backdoor draw. So, I mean, calling is fairly standard there.
Yep.
Checks through. So what are we doing on the river here? It's a fairly standard check, I think, especially with the ace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not sure how you can fold that.
Yeah. Yeah, seems kind of nitty.
Yeah, it seems pretty neat to me.
Yeah.
And fourth pair is usually pretty strong. Like here in this line, if you had a 6, you could even consider value betting. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like queen 4 or something. Maybe you want to bet small with that. So.
Yeah, that fold does seem for sure.
Probably be calling off a lot. Like the way that you construct your checking range a lot of the time here is just have it all be entirely ace high. Then like your pairs do some stuff to block and whatever to try and get some value from ace high. So when you have a hand that's stronger than ace high, especially one that blocks their ace highs from checking back, you usually want to be calling with it. You've got a hand like a 10 or a king, you could go for a check raise with some value.
Yeah.
I think this is too needy.
Yeah.
Checks back. Alright. What are we doing here? Checking again?
Yeah,
what's the need to check here?
Good question. I think this is a bet, to be honest. yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have so many like middling pairs that benefit from protection. I think we should be betting a decent amount here. So possible I roll this, but I don't want to don't want to just pop out on that. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a pretty reasonable hand to be betting right now. We're betting fairly often. I mean, we're going back to pre-flop. Opening a 2 and a 3, so like your calling range is going to be tighter than their opening range by a significant margin. And then this flop, like all their strong hands pre-flop, just go for a very big bet here. If I was in Polk's spot, I probably would just pot at the flop, or even go for a 1.5 times over bet with this Jack 5. No, I think that probably 1.5 is better, because if you've got the Jack, which beats a 10, and then you've also got backdoor straight, so all plenty of good things with that. And also, like, you've only got Jack 10 offsuit in this box. A little bit of that. Anyway, so most of the 10 should be betting as well.
Yep.
Checks back, and then like, what does he have? He's just got a bunch of draws, all right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, a bunch of pair draws, and
it's just going to be entirely draws.
Yeah.
And then like some stuff that just showed up here, but not a huge amount. It's going to be like a bunch of overcards and stuff that would check back to. And then maybe a 2 and an 8 a little bit of the time, and the made 5, which he's got here. So like when you're checking this hand, like you're checking why? Like you're thinking, are you going to check raise his hand for value? Are you scared that he's just going to bet twice a pot into you? Like, I don't really...
No, well, I did suspect at one point in the match he was overstabbing turns and rivers. I don't know if that was my thought during this hand. This seems pretty early in the match, so
okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah, it seems like a totally reasonable bet. On the river, this is probably fine to put into a bigger size. Like, our hand is so strong here, so
yeah. I mean, you've got the nuts here basically.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, potting here seems fine.
Yeah, I think potting seems much better.
Yeah. Especially after the turn 10. So.
Yeah, I mean, potting seems a lot better. Can you overbet an 8? Maybe.
Well, the issue
Maybe. Probably not.
once you start overbetting 8s, you want to get
pot
called by worth 8. So.
Yeah, potting is probably the way to do it, just because that 2 came. It was like a 3 or something, then maybe you can overbet it. Alright, open call. That's fine. Yeah, it's a good float. You got backdoors, backdoor straight, backdoor flush. Could also decide to check raise his hand. It's definitely low down enough, but I think if you want to check raise it, you probably want to have the queen instead, like it's queen 3 of hearts or something like that.
All of these types of hands probably raising at some frequency, but yeah, I mean, preferably with
maybe like 9-3 of diamonds is a bit better. or like queen 3 of hearts. I think maybe you said that, but yeah. Check him back, okay. Did you consider betting the flop?
Yeah, this seems like a strong bet.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I prefer betting this hand, but like you have a strong pair draw, and
yeah, it's a pair draw. You got the straight with a king, the straight with a 7.
Yeah.
anyway.
Having this type, having this type of hand in a check back seems.
Alright, go for the check back, and calling this turn bet, flush draw, straight draw, make the straight. He checks it now? I don't understand how he checks that hand. Okay. Anyway, so what do? You pot it? Why did you decide to pot it?
Well, unblocking all the pairs seems like more incentive to go bigger. I mean, it's the so check back flop. He probes small. We call. He should have like a lot of middling pairs. Like his calling range is going to be a bunch of middling pairs, I think. So.
Is it like this happens and then I don't. Okay, he checks an 8 for some reason. Like like if I was in poker, I would just be betting this like half pot just to get value out of 7, 6, 3 ace high kind of stuff that you've got plenty of. Anyway, check and you pot it, which is nice. But like, why do I decide to pot it? Why not go for an overbet? Why not bet a bit smaller?
Yeah, overbet seems good. I think there's going to be like a pretty big shift in how many hands you get called by, like versus his range. Because I suspected the majority of his calling range on the river was going to be like 7x and 3x, and 6x. So once we start going for overbets, like we're going to start folding out a lot of the hands we want to get called by. I just felt like this hand unblocking all those pairs and his calling range, I thought at the time pot was the most appropriate size.
Okay. Like I'm just like, how do you get the most value with this particular hand? Like, are you trying to get raised? Because like clearly, if you bet twice the pot, you're going to get a good chunk of value.
Sure.
And you'll get more from roughly the same range without having for him to raise you. Or maybe if you bet small instead and you give an opportunity to raise you, and you get value that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just feel like this particular size, like you only get value when he calls. Then if he raises you, you're not super happy. You're not super happy about it, especially a big raise. If he just rips it into you, then like you're probably gonna be calling because of the 10 hearts. But then like if that's the case, and like we know his raising range is going to be roughly the same regardless of which, regardless of whether you go 9 or whether you go like 27 or something. Yeah.
So close your mic, please. We can't hear anything.
Is there a loop somewhere? I mean, if you guys are hearing a loop, just mute them on the left. You can just tap the mute thing. And that unmutes them. Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright. Seems fair. Goes for a small raise, that's very nice of him to do that. Why do you have to fold here?
That seems nitty. I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
you should
I
be
mean,
calling almost everything. Like, any club
Yeah.
is probably a call here anytime you go to club.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I might have been piloting here. I should have known that was a call. Maybe I didn't notice how small his raise was or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because this was the first time I've seen this raise size from him. So I definitely didn't know this was a thing he was doing. So I mean, I know it's a thing, obviously, but
Yeah, you've got so many worse hands to fold. Is the answer.
Yeah.
Call, alright. Let's check. Check again, that's good. And you check a third time. Why do you want to check this here?
Mm.
Why check this hand here?
Well, not too sure. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I guess the river's just a stab because I mean we have 10 high.
I mean, it's okay if you think you win sometimes with 10 high. But like, why this particular 10 high? Why not like 10-2 and 10-4?
Sure.
Anyway, check back fold. Like, do you really want to fold this? I mean, 10 high is pretty easy to fold, but like, sure, like you've constructed your checking range, and like it's got some 10 highs in it. But then if it makes the size is very small, and then like you've got too much 10 high in your checking range, like then it becomes very difficult for you to defend properly.
Mm-hmm.
And then like maybe you want to raise 10 high now. No?
That's possible. So 10-8, like I think once it gets checked home on the river, if he ends up with 8 high or something, he'll stab. So we definitely block some bluff.
I mean, it is something to think about. Maybe you could go for a check raise here.
Maybe.
I just think it goes to your like range construction here. Like what hands you're going to be checking and trying to get the showdown. Like, are you value betting king high?
Yeah. I mean, I'd definitely be value betting like, king 2 or whatever.
Yeah. So like, if you're value betting king high, you're value betting a 3, you're value betting your other pocket pairs. Then what kinds of hands are you checking? You're checking queen high probably. If you're checking queen high, then you're probably checking king queen. Are you checking jack high? If you're checking jack high as well, and then maybe jack high wins against 10 high, and surely you're checking king jack, queen jack.
Yeah,
Queen 3, King 3.
so I'm still trying to decide if I like betting river. I mean, I guess it's a decent bet, but I think we just win a little too much on the river. So.
Okay, why can't you make this size? Why can't you just bet tiny like that?
I mean, I could. It's just like the majority of his check back range is going to be overcards in my hand. Which I think are pretty easy calls versus a size like that.
Well, I mean, if he's got jack high, it's not easy. It's not an easy call.
Well, sure.
And then if he's got 9 high, he's folding that. But like if you, it goes a sense. It's like if you check here and he bets 9 high, you fold. Okay. It's a difficult spot for him to defend against, because like he has to call with both king high and queen high. I think.
Yeah, definitely on frequency.
Well, yeah.
It's an interesting hand. I'm not haven't really made up my mind on the river there.
That's alright. Go for the 3-bet, slightly bigger this time, that's good. Alright, nice pot size bet here. Why this hand in particular?
We block like every every call in the world. We do block 8, which isn't great, but like I think our jack of diamonds blocker is just so good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice blocker. Blocking all the ace 10 plus draws and stuff, and then the 8 isn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's not too relevant. Block from 10-8, I guess.
Don't know what happened there. You timed out.
Yeah, there was some timeout issues.
Yep, sure. Pretty good. Okay. So he opens, call with the queen 7. Queen 7 a call, can't remember. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Okay.
It's mixed.
Mixed call, is it? Alright. Just check. You... Oh yeah. Okay, that's nice. Yep. Very good. Very good. A little less than, what was it, 3.5? 3.5?
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, yeah, I just went for somewhere around 4x, but couldn't really remember.
Maybe you could go. Yeah, looks fine. Looks fine. Doesn't make sense with this hand though in particular. And could argue either way. I mean, definitely if you got a gut shot, you're gonna be doing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you could argue.
Maybe you can consider doing this with a 2 as well. You can consider doing it with some hearts, but like, then do you want to add in stuff with just the single heart? Because like when you do this, you against the calling range, you end up having almost no draw equity against it. So
Mm.
I'm not entirely sure this is a good hand selection for this bluff. I mean, I do like the size. I would use it sometimes myself when I've got the particular a good hand to do it with. But I'm just questioning whether this particular hand works with this board, this kind of range.
Are you thinking like maybe just stick with the gut toss here?
Well, I mean, you've got plenty of gut shots. The issue is like you also got a lot of eights. And then it's like, what kind of stuff blocks folds and what kind of stuff blocks folds? I don't even know if he's got ace queen here. He might have tried to value bet ace queen and ace jack on the flop as well.
Yeah, I mean, the queen isn't the best card blocker to use. Because he's gonna check back a lot of overcard type hands on the flop, I think.
Yeah. I just feel like if you want to use a hand with good blockers for this kind of bluff, it would be blocking that low kicker on the ace, and then it'd be unblocking overcards to an 8. And this doesn't really achieve either of those two. Like, it doesn't have any draw equity. That would be okay if you had good blockers as well, but because you don't have good blockers as well, like this bet in my mind doesn't make too much sense.
Okay.
So anyway. Yeah, I mean, if Senator doesn't mute his mic, I can just kick him out of the group. Hi, Barbaros. You're in the live chat. Hello in the live chat. Yeah, this is a live tutorial. It's not recording. I just haven't been interacting too much with the chat because we're going quite deep into these hands. All right. Check back and what's your thoughts on this hand checking back instead of doing something like just going for like 3 times the pot?
Well, okay, if we 3x pot,
I mean, I don't think your check back is bad. I'm just saying that maybe you can do something else.
So when I go that big, I just prefer the overcard draws. So.
Well, I mean, this looks like an overcard draw to me.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm not opposed to betting this hand.
And like on a 10-1, it's difficult to have two overcards.
Yeah, sure. And I guess this hand makes a little bit better of a bet because if we go like 3 times the pot, he's gonna call with like, or he could call with like 7-4 clubs, 7-2 of clubs, those type of double backdoor hands with a pair. So yeah, 7 of clubs seems like a decent blocker, and then yeah, I mean the queen blocks like the stronger top pairs. So.
Yeah, I mean you got the 2 suits that blocks two backdoor pair draws. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad in my opinion to go for a big overbet here.
Yeah.
And now you decide to go for the other bet. Not sure what's with that.
Yeah, I don't know. So this doesn't make too much sense because we'll both have a decent amount of king X in our range. So not like I mean, I don't think it makes too much sense to do this with mini king X, except like the very top of our range. But even then, like, I mean, I think just putting all of my bets into like a half pot or a pot size.
Yeah, just go for like half pot. Yeah, I'm not too convinced by his overbet, just because like your range suddenly became so much better. Like if he's got two pair and whatever, like he might decide to be checking a bunch of his two pair to go for that check raise. So like, and even king X hands to go for that check raise. So yeah, maybe,
I'm not a fan of this bet.
Of that size, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, and then you get to the river, but now what? You only bet pot. Like why? Okay, now you bet the river, and this is like one of the best rivers that you can have for this hand. Because you've got the Queen of Hearts now.
I mean, something very big seems more appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, why not just go all in?
Yeah, I mean that's viable. Yeah, I mean, so I think as played, when I 2x turn, we're both going to have like a pretty decent density of flush draws. So when it gets there, I'm not totally convinced going all in makes too much sense.
You don't think going all in that makes too much sense? Maybe. And you could get a flush draws as well.
It's just the after the turn over bet. I don't think that would be the best choice on the river, just because, like.
Yeah. Okay.
Once you start going so big, like you're just getting called by flushes and like two pair flush. So.
Question: when we overbet turn, should the hand position player be holding any flush draws there?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Would the out of position player be folding any junk flush draw on the turn, like say 7 free of hearts, for example, where it's just like a naked flush draw?
Probably not.
Okay.
Not heads up, I don't think.
Okay, was just wondering because it's an open bet and it's on the turn. That's all. Okay, cool. Because obviously, if he does fold those, then we can definitely overbet with the queen of hearts on the river, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got a junky flush draw, then like he should just bet it himself on the turn after you check back the flop. Because it doesn't like facing a bet. Right.
Isn't Queen of Hearts the best shove here on the river?
Yeah, I mean that's what we're talking about. But then Josh made an argument against having any shoves here, which I guess I could get behind, especially after you heard about the turn. Anyway, I mean the line that he took, I don't think made too much sense for that run out. So it's yeah. Okay, I mean, yeah, you check this back. That's totally fine. Doesn't have that much equity going for it. You're trying to draw to make a pair now. Now you bet this the turn. Why this bet here? Because I feel like this hand in particular
with the 2 overs to the 2 bottom cards, maybe check this back.
I think it was a complicated situation. Like, with the presence of the 2 flush draws usually means you don't actually have to bluff that much. Because you can just go pretty small. Right. Well, I mean, you would definitely have more bluffs, but like you've got a lot of bluffs to choose from. Check with a flop. Do you have too many heart flush draws? I mean, now you got the 3-6, and there's a bunch of straight flush. You got a bunch of straight draws as well. So there's like a lot of bluffs that you can have, which are a lot stronger than this.
Sure. I think
and
we could just choose from all the gut outs and stuff.
Like I would just be checking it back and then hope you draw to a 9 or a 5, and then like if it's a total brick and they check you again, then you can bluff. Right?
Yeah, seems reasonable.
3-bet good. Bet half pot. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have to float a bunch of.
Yeah, they're gonna have to float a bunch of stuff. Now, why do you check?
Well, I think he's gonna have to bluff a lot of his floats, and like he'll have a ton of Jack X because he has all those offsuit broadways. So yeah, I mean this hand specifically, I just don't think we have that much incentive to bet, because we don't really need protection from like the lower pocket pairs. He could certainly have like some overcard floats, but like I think he'll bluff them enough on the turn that we can just check call. He could yeah, I mean I just don't think we have that much incentive to bet this hand.
Here, villain don't have too many twos. Only twos he have is ace-2 suited, no? So can we take more value from low pocket pairs with our 9s? Bet half pot again?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you just block here and then you block the river again after they call you. Sure. You bet quarter pot and then you quarter pot the river. Anyway, so bets this and then you decide to call. The 10 comes, and he just rips it in. So calling with any jack, probably with ace 10 if you got that.
Mm-hmm.
And the 9s, especially with the 9 of spades, and like these 2 9s.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was thinking.
Block a bunch of 9-8, don't they?
Yeah, I
9-8 queen 9, that kind of stuff that might decide to float.
Yeah, that was my thought in game. And yeah, he'll definitely be value betting. Like he's not. He made it very clear he was not afraid to go thin against me. Not that I was going to be like overfolding because of that, but he's not so polar here per se.
Yeah, if he's got a jack, and probably the 10x might take this on too. So if you
yeah, I would not be surprised.
10, you're probably calling too.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see ace 10 there.
The issue is like why don't you just keep betting here? Right, it feels like you just keep betting. Or you just bet a third of the pot or something, and then you bet another third of the pot in the river.
Yeah, seems reasonable. It was just like I mean,
right, well,
like the So my thought was, like, the majority of his range that I need protection from is probably going to bluff anyhow, and if I bet, he's going to fold most of his worst hands. Like, if I block, yeah, he'll call, I guess. Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah. Okay. Like what happens if it goes check and then you get 10? Like if you want to check instead, like what are you doing?
Yeah, that would be a pretty shit spot. So if it goes check and there's a 10.
Yeah, I go check with 10 and it's a 10. Like what?
Yeah, I mean, I
do?
could block. Seems fine.
I mean, you probably don't even have to bet that small. You can just probably just go for like a pot size bet. I think. Get called by his high. And all the pocket pairs, of course. All right, so here's call. Open ender, make it straight. And why bet twice the pot here? Why not go for a check raise? I mean, there's two straights now. The 10-9 and the 6-5.
Yeah, I could go for a check raise. I mean, I'm blocking all the pairs. Seems good. For a check raise,
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, when he checks back and the straight gets there, I mean, I think overbetting makes sense.
All right, so you say overbet, and now you just pot it.
Yeah, I should. This should be like an all-in or something. Like,
yeah, it feels like this is an all-in.
Yeah.
Like you worry about 10-9, you shouldn't really be worried about 10-9 because I'm pretty sure a lot of the 10-9 bets on the flop. I mean, it's sure some of it is check, but the issue is like there's not much you can do against 10-9 because like if you pot it and they rip it into you, you're snap calling anyway. So you end up losing your stack if he's got 10-9. It's trying to like maximize your EV against the rest of his range. So if he's got like 2 pair jack 8, 7 8, 4 8, right? Like all that stuff is put in a really tough spot. You end up stacking them. So yeah, I wouldn't mind just ripping the river.
Yeah.
Okay. Check raise, small check raise. You have an ender, back to flush draw. I think it's straight now. Bet small, he folds. Okay, why bet this hand small?
So I would be. I mean, this one you could make a little bit bigger. So I'm going to be value betting like 2 pair, and all my straights obviously. This one could. Yeah, I mean, I think this is fine to put into the small size. With my 2 pair. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Check back, yep. Check it down.
Yeah, it seems. I remember being on the river here, and I just immediately regretted checking back. This is a clear bet, I think. I don't think this even.
Yeah, I think he's missed out on some value here. Like if he's got a 5, he's going to be betting for value himself. Yeah, I mean, not much I can say about that. It's probably just because like you're not used to the relative hand strength heads up.
Yeah, well, that's definitely where I struggle heads up is hand strength on the river. It'll improve with time.
Okay, why only half pot?
Well, you can have a
Because
bunch
it's
of
connected.
well, yeah, it's a connected board, but he can have a bunch of 2-pair. Could overbet this hand specifically, but I mean, having a half pot size on the board seems good. Like on this connected board, we're just gonna have more incentive to bet, like for denial reasons. So, I mean, I could have like a half pot and an overbet size. I didn't really consider an overbet size on the board.
Well, I mean, maybe not overbet, but like maybe you can go 3 big blinds, 4 big blinds.
Yeah.
You probably got decent range between like half pot and like a little over pot that work pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, even like a half pot and a pot size seems okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna check call. You ever considered raising this hand?
Could do it at some frequency.
Yeah, sure.
But,
maybe if he has another spades instead.
Sure, yeah. DP turn call.
Yeah, it's fairly standard turn call, I think. Top pair, straight draw.
With the gut out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. What I can say about that? Okay. I'm not entirely sure that this bet actually makes sense on this board. Like on these very, very low paired boards.
Yeah, having a
changing.
bigger, like a bigger, more polar strategy might make some sense.
Yeah, I think that might do a bit better here. Like something that's a bit more polar. Like what outdraws what? Right, you've got pocket pairs and basically
Right.
ace X and king X. Like, and then like the 3, and that's kind of what's going on. Like people have trips, sure, but you got 5-7. Like you're actually okay because like you're trying to outdraw both a 3 and an ace. So you got decent. Like most of your bluffs are going to be like that. It's very difficult to outdraw a 2 on this board. Of course, anything that can outdraw a 2 will probably be betting the flop. But then like, there's going to have a bunch of stuff that wants to check back, and because like you've got a substantial check back range, maybe it means you want to go a bit more polar on the flop.
Yeah, I wouldn't be range betting that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, check back ace 10 high, okay. Check it back again. That's equal, yep. Yeah, alright. think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Never wants to play with you when you've got aces, does he? Yeah, okay, you still live with this board. Very much bottom of range there. Flopping quads is nice. But can you stack the guy is the question. Okay, why this size here? I mean, I sort of understand your decision to go small on the flop, but why only half pot here?
Yeah, I mean, I think like a pot size makes more sense. Like,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
yeah,
Like if you've got like a strong ace or a single five, like that, I guess most of your single fives will be doing this. Go for a pot size bet, and so when you got two fives, it makes sense to do the same.
yeah. So yeah, when betting these paired boards on the turn, sometimes I'll just autopilot into a half pot because I'm just trying to find that balance between betting like strong pairs and trips and trying to find a size in the middle that works for both. But like on this board, it's clear that like a pot size would definitely work for either of those hand strengths. So yeah, I think pot is the size.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's an interesting river. Why this size now? Like, it just feels like you haven't put enough money in.
Yeah. So that's definitely true. Well, I'm trying to figure out if I could value bet an ace on this river. I mean, after a half pot.
Well, like, yeah, I don't know about value betting an ace or.
Yeah, it seems ambitious because all of his pocket pairs got counterfeit.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could value bet a flush. The issue with like this particular hand, like, it wants to do the same as a five does. And like, what would you do if you got a single five? I mean, now you might want to go for a size bigger than pot.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then like he's got a jack, he rips it into you, and then you just call.
Yep.
And you're gonna stack a jack anyway, like it isn't. You don't have to worry about that. You don't worry about trying to get the extra value out of his ace, or a flush, or whatever he might have. Yeah, good. Check. No. Why this? What's this?
Well, I figured like all of the middling pairs are decently vulnerable on this board, so betting those makes some sense. The stronger middling pairs, at least.
In your range.
Yeah.
You want to bet them because they're vulnerable.
Yeah, I mean, betting a 9 seems, or even betting like ace 8 seems pretty good.
But why were those hands bet for this size and not why don't they just like pot it or something?
They could.
Yeah, or which value hands go into this size?
Seven, maybe.
A 7. I don't know. 7's a bit thin.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I guess you could argue that like the bottom of your value bets can go into like a half pot size. Potting with
Yeah, okay.
an eight,
I'm just not convinced by this size at all. Like honestly, I would just prefer to check this hand and bet that size. And it's one of those hands that's got so much equity against anything you could be calling with. Like you can use some very big sizes with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this accomplishes anything that you're with this particular hand. Like if he's got if he had like king 3, if he had the same hand except with only one diamond instead of 2, he would just fold. So then you end up blocking folds, which is going to be where the most of your EV of this bet comes from, compared to the other bet sizes. Like when deciding between which bet size you want to pick one where it kind of makes sense. Like this size just ends up blocking the entire folding range, and so you're just giving an extra 165 big blinds to any pair, which is seems unnecessary when you can check. Or you can put those in a spot by betting very big instead.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think this board suffers from the same as the 2-3-2. Yep. Okay. Yep. I like that. Well, I definitely like the check back on the turn, then bet the river. Yeah, I mean, I do like the way you played the hand. I mean, with this particular hand, like you can even go smaller if you want to. You can go half pot. Just because his blockers are really good. So you end up risking less on your bluff there. Check back. Alright, I think maybe I disagree with this.
That might be too strong to check back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like you're gonna be betting this board at a fairly high frequency for a smallish size, and so like this probably goes in there, and then like you're checking back some ace highs and stuff. So I think just betting here works. Anyway, okay. you check it back and check it back another time. Now I'm kind of confused about this bet.
Yeah, I could just bet half pot. Right?
Yeah. Like you just bet half pot. Like if you got a 5 or a 10, you're probably doing that.
Yep.
And then like against a half pot bet, he's going to be raising a queen definitely. So you can go for a re-raise or.
Yeah, that's definitely the best course of action.
Like if you bet half pot, he's got ace high. He's probably going to call you. So you get called by ace high, and then you get raised by a queen. I mean,
yeah, that seems
the jacks,
much better.
The only real thing that you worry about is the jack. I think most of his jack X, if not all of it, would have bet instead. So like you don't really have to worry about jack anymore because he doesn't have in his range. Like his range is going to be ace high, maybe a bit of 2x, maybe a tiny amount of 5x, some queen X traps. So then like that way you bet halfish and you get raised by a queen and you free bet. Alright, so through bet preflop. Okay. Why are we betting quarter pot on this flop? After we 3 bet. Like, do you think ace king is like a value bet here, or what's
well,
going on?
yeah. Well, maybe it like for the quarter size, probably not.
If for the quarter size,
Well,
maybe
maybe.
not. Maybe if you go like a tenth.
Yeah, a tenth for sure. So on this board, they'll have tons of overs. They'll have pocket pairs. They'll have like ace X suited, like all the ace nine, ace six, ace two. Yet I'm not convinced what the right size is here, but
I feel like this is one of those boards where you've got probably have a big size close to pot, and then like a very small size like close to a tenth of the pot.
Yeah,
And that's how you sort of mix
like
it.
you could value bet ace king, and then have like a polar size with your over pairs.
Exactly.
Seems fine.
Yeah, you're giving up now. The hand just blocks folds, so not a lot of point bluffing on the river.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay, half pot. Yeah, why this hand only half pot?
Yeah. So I think with the spade, I'm gonna get raised less, so maybe go bigger. See what is our hand? Ace, ace, 10, 6, 5. Yeah, I could go bigger.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm thinking maybe just pot it.
I mean, we're gonna get called by.
Oh, you're gonna get called by
See,
six, right?
this is the. Yeah, I mean, any pair. Right? This is the check one line, I think. So, or no, we call turn. Yeah, so I guess any.
The two is nice supporting that big size because you get raised a bit less.
Yeah.
Them not having a flush, and then not also using that two against you to raise as a bluff. Anyway. Okay. Check back, alright. Check, 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 yep. Let's see how that. For a bit. Jack 4. Jack 4 fold, can't remember.
I think it is.
I think Jack 4 mixes.
Jack 4 mixes up.
That's possible. Yeah. Seems close.
Okay. This is an interesting choice of hand to do this with. Why this hand?
I'm well, the 8 seems blocking the 8 high fold seems bad. But I'm not too sure about the 8.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got a bunch of straight draws that you can do this with instead.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's got a pair, he's probably gonna have to call. You know, it's very uncomfortable for him to do that.
Yeah, I think just using a straight draw here makes more sense.
Okay. Trying to think of the ranges now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of flushes. I'm just thinking maybe it's strong enough to block. It's not so nice to get here with it.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is, like most of my two pair, I'm probably like this is like on the turn that's just a flush size. So once I get to the river, I can't develop like much of a 10% pot range.
Yeah, like just
or maybe like a block size with two pair or whatever.
I think about like once like here on these 4 flush boards, I think half of all unsuited hands is now flush. So right, like you've got a little less than half because of the block was on the board, but you kind of get what you mean when you pot it like this and they only have to continue about half the time. They've got a lot of flushes on the river, so probably you can't be value betting into that again. Yeah, okay. And like it's probably the case that this particular line is like entirely give ups.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's entirely give ups, I'm not even sure that river bet from him makes too much sense. Okay. Yeah, I'm not low there. Yeah, okay, I mean just check back this hand and try and draw to a pair. Yeah, you got the low. I don't know, does it feel like it's not 3-betting enough? That's what I feel like it feels like to me. Just in terms of like what frequencies it should be, like you should be 3-betting like a quarter of the time in heads up.
Yeah.
Okay, is it bet?
Nitty.
What happened here? Okay, yeah, bet call, and then he donks a turn. And he gets off on the river. Yeah, that's definitely on the nitty side. That's definitely on the nitty side. And any pair's gonna call. Maybe you can just argue that any king with a heart can call instead.
Well,
And then you will
yeah,
queen
and
next too,
like on the turn, I'll be floating enough queen high to have queen X on the river. So
yeah, all right.
yeah, so I'm going to be putting on the flop here.
Yeah, okay. I think this small bet makes sense with this hand. That seems okay with this hand in particular. I mean, and then it's definitely polar enough, so then you're folding to the raise. So yeah, 3-bet, pot it. Okay. Why do you want to pot it?
Extremely dynamic texture.
Yeah, why the trend? I mean, you got a straight draw.
Sure. Well, yeah.
And
Sure.
backdoor
You
straight
could
with
argue to put this one into the testing range, but then you have the issue of if you face a bet, like you're gonna like you could text jam, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you've got a bluff and you're out of position, you can't really be afraid of checking in and facing a bet.
Yeah, sure. It's just Like, I mean, I guess on the flop you can check call with this hand. So that seems okay.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, but why bet the hand? Is the question. Like, you've got...
Yeah,
there's
so
plenty to say
this
about
hand
checking
in
it, but
particular seems
why are you
bad as a
betting it?
bet upon reevaluation because
You
obviously
block eights, you
the
block sevens. I mean, if he has any eights, yeah, he would have eights. So if you block eights, you block sevens.
right, and it, you know, like you get coolered a lot by better straight, and no like backdoor
Yeah,
flush draw equities. So
probably not too worried about getting called by the king queen. Yeah, I just think it's not strong enough. Like, on the other hand, like, if you got queen 8, at least you got an overcard as well. You make a queen,
yeah, I
you
think
value it.
well, I think an overcard with a gut shot makes a lot more sense just because you block like the queen jack queen 10.
Yeah, and even just a single
So
overcard. If you got like king 3 diamond or something.
yeah,
And that works better too, because like in 3-bar pot, it's not super necessary to draw to straights, to outdraw 2 pair. Like, you just
yeah.
who has top pair.
The when you make a pair with your overcard, it's just going to be that much more valuable.
Yeah, it's going to be good enough.
Yeah.
So here I'm not liking it. I think they would just check through, and then like if you make a pair of 7s or pair of 8s and you try to get the showdown, that's nice. I'm just thinking, like, with this bet, you end up losing your draw value with your pairs. Like, you can't draw to an 8, you can't draw to a 7 anymore. So you're just relying on that gut shot to get you through, but it's not super nice. On the other hand, if you check and then he bets, then maybe you can decide to float that. But really, your EV comes from going check, and then you draw, right? Like, like you see here, like, it's not. And instead if it just went check, then this bet doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, this bet from poker is nonsense. You should just be betting like almost all in, and then letting you go all in instead. Well, maybe it makes some sense with like a jack. I don't know if it makes sense. Maybe it makes some sense with a 10. If he's got like a 10, then maybe that's okay. Can't pronounce my words properly. Yeah, I'm not even sure if that makes sense with a jack. Okay. Or to the 3-bet. Folds again. Like, nothing's holding. Yeah. Check. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is a decent bet.
It's probably okay to check it because you got the king, but
yeah, well, the king blocker is pretty nice because you're going to face a decent amount of bets on the turn. So,
yeah, you're going to face a decent amount of betting on the turn from him. Check again. Bets into, yeah, you call now. Yeah. I think his bet was a bit small. Probably could have got more value out of you. To be honest.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, just a gut shot with a backdoor straight draw at the top end. Alright, yeah, okay, yeah, this fits with this for this size reasonably well. And you don't block too many hands that fold, so that's good as well. Pair now. Yeah, he blocks the call, alright. you could consider betting on the turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could consider betting the turn. I don't mind the way you played it either. Check bet, cool. No, you raise. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Guess mostly ace 2 would do this. Alright. Hands are left. 9-2. You gone through these? Okay, did I miss it? Might miss it somewhere anyway. 4-3. Yeah, 4-3 to fold, isn't it? Call. Not sure about this. Not sure about this one. Why we decide to overbet here?
Well, maybe this card specifically probably shouldn't. So I'm not too sure. What are your thoughts?
Should I play hands?
I mean, I'll have a decent amount of 2-pair that wants to do this and flushes.
Alright. Why does a flush do this? I mean, he might have some flushes, might have some flush draws. The flush might check raise instead. Maybe if it was a 2 of diamonds or something, yeah, sure, I can get behind that, but it's 2 of diamonds, you might even go bigger. Should we see this hand or should we leave it to later? Because this hand you get stacked, isn't it? How long are we going for? We're about 2 hours and we're about halfway through. Which kind of makes sense because you played a 4-hour session with him. Alright, we'll have a look at this last hand. And then we'll call it a day and then we'll go through the remainder later on. This will be pretty easy one to pick up off because it's memorable because you get him punt stacks in his hand. Alright, let's have a look. 3-bet call, he bets small-ish, so 3rd pot. Decide to call, check, you bet a 3rd. What do you think about your decision to bet a 3rd here? I think this is pretty good. And then, yeah, you go all in. Yep. Yep. And he calls you off. Yep. So like, I like both players in this hand. They both played it pretty well. So he played it pretty well. And he's played pretty well as well. Like if he's got ace king or something, you put it in a real spot. But obviously he needs to protect that with his aces, and aces makes the most sense to protect that with. So yeah, that leaves us here, which is about halfway through, I think. All right, any last minute questions? You can ask now. And if you're in the YouTube chat, you can also ask questions as well. So yeah, I mean, a lot of hands that we went through. Of course, at any stage, you can ask questions and just record it as well, put up on the stream. So if you guys have questions, you guys can just go back through the stream, and then helps if you put a timestamp, so then I know which hand you're talking about. I'll try and answer the question related to that hand. Great. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.